How are you?
Oh, it's a great pleasure.
Good to see you.
This is fantastic to have you here. Thank you. So really. Congratulations. Mr. President, you are a key actor in Africa and the international stage in this new era of social justice that must emerge if we want a peaceful world. Let me highlight your M-Kukuta strategy for growth and reduction of poverty. It focuses, among other things, on equitable and employment-generating growth and concentrates on sectors that have the potential to create productive and decent employment, and I quoted, especially youth, women, and disadvantaged groups. Allow me to praise your commitment to the promotion of youth employment, an issue of critical importance not only for Africa, as the African Union has highlighted, but for the world as well.
By focusing on the new era of social justice, the 100th session of the International Labour Conference addresses itself to the all-important matter of ensuring basic services and safeguards for the poor, the vulnerable, and the marginalized. It also puts emphasis on the importance of creating opportunities for decent work, which by definition means availability of jobs that are productive and secure, jobs that ensure respect for labor rights, jobs that provide adequate income to the worker, offer social protection, and allow social dialogue and bargaining. Mr. President, this meeting is taking place at a time when globalization continues to pose challenges and presents opportunities for countries as well as for the work of the International Labour Organization. The relationship between globalization and labor is that of interdependence. Globalization depends on labor for its success. As a result, a crisis in globalization inevitably results in worsening conditions of labor, even though its prosperity does not necessarily mean social justice. The recent world economic and social crisis has posed new challenges in the realization of the decent work agenda and threatens to erode some of the lofty gains the world has made in the past many decades. These new challenges demand new approaches. The ILO Director General's report speaks volumes about this and provides us with new lens for viewing the global challenges. It calls for transformation of existing patterns of growth to make them economically more efficient, socially stable, environmentally friendly, and politically sustainable. Difficult as it may seem, it is imperative for developing countries to design policies that promote efficient growth patterns that are inclusive, environmentally friendly, and sustainable. After all, sustainable development calls for a balance between profits, people, and the planet. Achieving social justice and decent work in a globalized area has proven to be a daunting task for many developing countries, especially in sub-Saharan Africa, where the majority of the poor nations are. There is hope that with appropriate policies and innovative interventions, African agriculture can be transformed, become more productive, and decent work secured. We have to modernize production methods. We have to establish agro-processing industries. Why should we continue to be exporters of primary commodities? Why should we continue to export jobs to the developed countries? Why not create those jobs in Africa? Improve domestic markets, increase access to international market, and get fair prices at both local and global marketplaces. It defeats the purpose, Mr. President, to talk of social justice without taking into account the fate of poor farmers who form the majority of the labor force on the African continent.